and it ain't no crack. And it really don't matter if you're white or black. I wanna take you there like the Staple Singers. Put something in the tank and I know that I can bring it. If you can't take the heat, get your ass out the kitchen. We on a mission.
Boom to the hay, all you sports fans out there in the Tubosphere. Welcome to the One Man Sports Round. I am your host, Will, the alternative ESPN Sports Thrill, talking NBA playoffs round one with respect to mostly TNT inside the NBA's coverage. But let's face it, those guys have a great banter, and that's why they've been so successful for so long. See from our Pi Kappa, Alpha, House Sweethearts, U of U chapter Alpha Tau giving you props. Although, it seems more like maybe it'd be Tri-Lam. When I had to co-host Generation 1, he pointed it out to me. He's Tri-Lam, Maryland. Because we're all about the babes here on the OMSR. And he pointed that out to me, and I was like, you're right, because the term babe doth not know ethnicity. All right, so why do we have to do a show here? Don't worry, I'm not going to be talking that long, but you're going to get a little bit of the Charles Barkley one-liner, you never know when, of YouTube, and Tosh put together a nice vignette of the highlights. You will get highlights. You're going to get more than 1 and 2 minutes worth. Why? Because we do a show. Why? It's called the DMCA, Digital Millennium Copyright Act, Fair Use Standard, Minimal Use and Derivatives. So, you know, there has to be an amalgamation of content with that minimal use to give the others their due props. So, the show is copyrighted to the OMSR in terms of the original graphics, the overall concept, here and thereof, and the video highlights courtesy to TNT and the NBA. Alright, so we're going to roll a clip as an example of what you do not want to be like from the files of what I like to call, don't be like this guy or gal. Clearly you can see, I know we're zoomed out a little bit, but you know, there's a still shot. Obviously, it was clear she's taking video on a, you know, it's a pretty big phone there, it's not a photo. You know, is there some Chinese, late teen, you know, 20-something fan club of Carlos Boozer? Not that he doesn't have his female fans, but in this, you see what I'm saying? Don't be like this guy or gal. You can't take stuff from the game like that. What you gonna do, put it on her Facebook page? No, this is why you have to do a show and your own content. So clearly that slow-mo replay, you could see that was the intent. All right, so that's why we have to do a show. Save your comments for the actual sporting event we're able to bring in, which is much longer than you'll get anywhere else. And we all agree that's a pretty good thing. I know it sounds like a misnomer. One man, we. There is a we involved. You know, we're all former college basketball or football players and a few Marine Corps recons. So if you wouldn't say a flip comment to our face, I'm pretty sure that's the case. Don't do it from the safety of your computer. Save it for the actual event we're bringing. On that note, all you guys suffering from an umbilical hernia, one, don't be like this guy, what I did. Deadlifts, you know, in your early 40s with 2 plates. Just don't need to do that if you're not playing football. This works in conjunction with this, Hawthornia. Now, it does not take the place of surgery. It's for the mild, you know, right in your belly, right above your belly button area if you strain. That's the double-edged sword of lifting with proper posture, not throwing out your back. You can blow out your abdomen. All right, so no silly DUIs while you're out there celebrating the playoffs. Also, check out the graphic on our channel. Embedded in the graphic, the link. If you know any veterans, suffered any storm damage, you have a firm, that's our specialty. All right? Later days, more signature plays. All right. Roll graphics.
Tina Savasio. Jr. on the Knicks wearing black. We thought we were going to a funeral. We're the ones who got buried because he won't be wearing black on Friday. But that was the order of the day. Apparently, Kenyon Martin's idea. And so they show up ready to bid adieu to the Boston Celtics, who aren't ready to go just yet. Carmelo Anthony an 11-0 start for the Knicks in their
It was
gym.
over for the Knicks. But you know, Celtics, veterans, never panic. Just stay with it. Tighten the screws, like Doc said, and got right back in the game.
Brandon Bass with the finish there, and then it's Kmart to Melo, and it's 22-18. J.R. Smith suspended for the last game, back for this game, and ice cold.
Ice cold. I think the one thing, you know, not only he was out of rhythm, I think he also made the team out of rhythm, where he wasn't playing the same way, neither were the Knicks. Total discombobulation of the offense.
But as I told you before the game, I thought that Ernie, this was a flagrant foul.
That's what it was ruled originally, and then they reviewed it and downgraded it to a common foul.
And let me tell you something, the NBA is going to upgrade it again tomorrow. That was a flagrant foul.
That was a wind-up.
Yeah, that was, Ernie, look at that.
Touched him up on that one.
Yeah, that was a real touch him up right
Paul
there.
Pierce for 3. Paul Pierce for 3 again.
Boosh.
He had started the game 0 for 6, and he started heating up. They're up 34-30.
We're going to do it with Shaq's bat. Boosh. You go booyah with the swish.
37-34 Knicks. Then Boston comes back with an 11-2 run. This is great.
What a pass.
I think overall, the Celtics' mind frame was not get good shots, let's get great shots. Because Paul Pierce is open, but he says, no, I'm going to get a great shot. And there it is, Jason Terry knocking it down.
45-39 halftime score. Celtics leading at the Garden in New York. Raymond Felton and Tyson Chandler connect. It's a 4-point game, and then it's a 2-point game when Felton scores here. What? Go ahead.
You know, there's so much pressure on Carmelo every night. You know, especially if J.R. Smith is struggling. When those two aren't scoring, the Knicks have a hard time scoring, especially when they don't double Carmelo.
Paul Pierce at 16. They close the third quarter on a 13-6 run. And Pierce again.
It's like shooting over a chair.
And then Jason Eugene Terry. J-E-T.
J-E-T.
69-60 going to the fourth.
I almost called him that name because I almost called him the Jet.
The last 2 games, he's been the Jet.
He's been shooting that thing.
JR missed his first 10 shots on this night. And you see Carmelo in pain because Kevin Garnett got a hold of that arm and he stayed in the game.
That's a veteran move that moves been going on a long time. Way to touch him up, KG.
J.R. Smith, 3 for 14 on the night. Jeff Green.
That guy right there got so much talent.
Yeah, he can put his head down and do that, and then he can do this.
Put that in your eye.
And he can do it again.
Get that in your eye. And take that with you.
2 out of 2 threes, 5 out of 8 shooting, 18 points on the night. J.R. Smith did finally connect, hold him within 5, 88-83.
Watch this move right here. Veteran.
Up and on.
Veteran. Veteran move right there, Chuck.
That was a terrific play.
Boston Celtics win it, and after the game, as they leave the floor, and Raymond Felton
let that go. Never argue with guys who don't get in the game.
Jordan Crawford in the middle of that over there, 92-86. Nobody has scored 100 points in this series.
Lewis had that.
Yeah, I know.
Lewis.
When he said,
Like you said, Ernie, we're talking about basketball.
You know, he should have went and asked Raymond Felton. Yeah, go ask Raymond Felton or J.R. Smith. They'll answer him. Kenyon Martin's talk. Yeah, look at that look.
You know what that look says?
I will. If you don't get out of
Give me one more time. Say it one more time.
I need to take a picture of that. I'll beat you to death with that TNT mic that you got in my face. That's exactly what that look means.
So here's my question. If somebody is going to come from all the way back from down 3-0, who's got a better shot at it? The Houston Rockets against OKC or the Celtics against the Knicks?
I'm going to go Celtics. Let me tell you why. Doc Rivers, fabulous coach, fabulous motivator. The games that they lost, yes, they got beat by the Knicks, but it was more of them not putting together 4 solid quarters. So I know Doc's been preaching that the whole time. If we just put together 4 solid quarters, we could beat them. And tonight was the first time he put together 4 solid quarters.
And I don't disagree with him because these games going to start coming faster for the Celtics. You know, they playing every other day now. And the Knicks still, it's more pressure on the Celtics next game. You know, they have to win. The Knicks don't have to win. But let me say this about OKC. It's something that Kenny said that they can't match up, and I hate to say this, when Jeremy Lin got hurt, that changed, well, obviously when Russell Westbrook got hurt, that changed the dynamic, one. And dynamic two, they can't match up with Aaron Brooks and Beverly. They get in the lane anytime they want to. That's how Zeke get all those dunks. Those guys, they're really, Reggie Jackson, you see, he's an offensive point guard. He's not a great defender. Derek Fisher's older, but they can't, Brooks and Beverly get any shot they want.
You assess the chances of the Celtics forcing a Game 7 or potentially winning this series?
The Celtics have a tougher task. I mean, there's no injuries to the Knicks. Everyone's back. They can turn back on the switch. They won 3 in a row, you know, as well. They've lost 2, but one of them you can be discredited because of the lack of J.R. Smith. Oklahoma City, Russell Westbrook's not going to be healthy, so they have the opportunity more than anyone else. I would move it and say that because of the injury, obviously, you know, that's the advantage.
Friday night in Boston, Knicks and the Celtics in what is now a 3-2 series. It was